Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Ever wonder what happens when a company changes its name? We're diving into Femto Technology's latest report, and let me tell you, it's not just a new name. There's a lot more going on under the hood than you might expect. This report is like a quarterly checkup, giving us a peek into how Femto Technologies, formerly known as BuyND Canasoft Enterprises, is doing financially. Think of it as a report card, but for business. Before we jump in, if you like getting the inside scoop on what companies are really up to, make sure you're subscribed. Also, come join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Scroll Washington DC Caddy 220549 scroll. First off, this document is a Form 6K, which is a report that foreign companies file with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. It gives updates on important happenings. In this case, it includes the financial statements and management's analysis for the first quarter of this year. Basically, it's how they keep investors in the loop. Scroll issued its unaudited consolidated financial statements. So on May 15, Femto Technologies released their unaudited financial numbers for the quarter that ended in March. These numbers haven't been checked by an outside accountant yet, so they're the company's initial take on how things went. It's kind of like a sneak peek. Think of it like this. It is the company's self-assessment and take on how things went. Now, the real juice is in the financial statements themselves. These are attached as Exhibit 99.1. And if you're wondering what the company thinks about these numbers, that's in Exhibit 99.2, the Management Discussion and Analysis, or MD&A. This section is super important because it gives you management's explanation about the financial results and what they see coming up ahead. Unfortunately, this report itself does not include the financial statements and the MD&A, but it references that the consolidated financials and analysis are attached, while we can't dive into the actual financials and analysis are attached, while we can't dive into the actual financials and the MD&A today. That is exactly what this filing is for. It is letting everyone know that those financial reports are now public. Since we can't peek at the financials directly, let's try to figure out what the company's doing from what we can see here. The most interesting thing is the name change from BYND Canasoft Enterprises to Femto Technologies. A name change usually means a company is trying to rebrand itself, maybe to signal a new direction or to get away from a past image. In this case, going from Canasoft to Femto suggests they might be moving away from a focus on cannabis-related software or technologies. This could mean they're expanding into other areas, or maybe they just felt the old name was too limiting. Think of it like changing your wardrobe to fit a new job. They are trying to shift the company's appearance. We really don't have a lot to go on here without those financials, so let's take a step back and ask ourselves some questions about Femto Technologies. First off, what do they do? Well, going by their old name, BuyND Canasoft Enterprises, sounds like they were involved in software and tech for the cannabis industry. The new name, Femto Technologies, is much broader and hints at a shift. Femto refers to a very small unit of measurement, so maybe they're moving into nanotechnology or other small-scale tech areas. Or maybe the company is planning on acquisitions of TEV. What market are they in? If they're moving away from cannabis tech, they could be targeting all sorts of industries, from healthcare to manufacturing, depending on what their new focus is. Who are their competitors? Without knowing their exact business, it's hard to say for sure. If they're in nanotechnology, they'd be up against established players in that field. If they're doing something else entirely, the competition would be different. What are the potential risks and opportunities? The biggest risk is that this name change and potential shift in strategy could confuse investors, or that they might struggle to compete in a new market. But it could also be a huge opportunity if they can successfully pivot to a more profitable or growing area. Let's give some general thoughts based on what's here. Based on the limited information available, Femto Technologies seems to be at a turning point. The name change suggests a new direction, but without the financial details, it's hard to say how well they're executing this change. There is a major risk in rebranding and changing focus, which is potentially alienating existing investors who bought into the old mission. On the other hand, this move might open doors to new opportunities and markets. The success of this transition will depend on their ability to clearly communicate their new vision and deliver results. In essence, they are trying to convince the market that they are more than just a cannabis company. The show me, don't tell me rule applies here. Overall, Femto Technologies' future is uncertain but potentially exciting. The next few quarters will be crucial in determining whether this rebranding pays off. Alright, that's our quick look at Femto Technologies' latest report. What do you think about this name change and potential shift in strategy? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.